finally got that perk overhaul that we've been looking for quite a while. There's been gameplay adjustments to Scavenger, Restock, EOD, Quick Fix, as well as Ghost. We see this chapter of Warzone as an ever-evolving and layered gameplay space where we want both counterplay and interplay between systems to be viable. We want to provide players with a variety of tools to create even more interesting stories or big brain plays that take advantage of systems in the ways that we developed them or never thought possible. Perks are going to make a significant part of the push towards this objective. The changes observed today represent a glimpse of what is to come in Season 3. So there's going to be even more changes. There was kind of some stealth stuff. People were asking about it on Twitter. We'll take a look at a couple examples because both of these things were tested before the patch notes went out. So Scavenger, this is something that we didn't realize right away. It says that the pouch will now have a cyan outline for those scavengers equipped. So if you have it, when somebody dies, it'll drop it. And instead of lasting for its 20 seconds, now it'll last for 60. Isn't really all that popular, but it does give you an extra armor plate. So at least there's some value to that. And then there was a text update in game. Also for Restock, the recharge time has been reduced from 50 down to 25. And this is pretty much for all of your tacticals, except for the heartbeat sensor and the stim, which is now 60 seconds, even though in game there's an error where it says it's 50 seconds. So they're going to adjust that, but keep in mind that everything is down to 25 seconds. So that's snapshot grenades, which are probably going to be the most powerful because you can hold on to two. If you use one, within 25 seconds, you're going to get another one. Those can be pretty powerful, especially since the counter for those is battle hardened. So if it says for EOD, they'll reduce the damage or cap the damage, whatever is higher, raise cap on explosive damage from 80 to 200. And then they have the raised damage reduction from 35% to 45%. With the adjustments to lethals dealing more damage in Season 1, we want to align EOD with it. So those changes, there's a viable counter to the perk meta. So you got that little bit of a balance there. Quick Fix, this is a pretty interesting one. Inserting an armor plate will now begin regenerating health. Text update, that's just in game. We'll show that example from that I posted on Twitter. And then Ghost stealth effect will now apply if the player is moving. Players can observe this via the arrow represented their operator in the minimap, fading when Ghost is active. And a text update will be coming in the future to clarify these changes. That hasn't been updated in the description, but it's changed. So they kind of did a partial, but all of these have already taken effect. And then it says that we've also updated the tooltip text for following perks: Tune Up, Kill Chain, Point Man, and Hardline. So they still do what they do. They just have better explanations of what they do. So this is the one I posted over on Twitter. Pretty much what we're looking at here is as this, I tested it without Quick Fix and with, and as soon as you put the first plate in, that is when your health starts to regenerate. Obviously, it's a Twitter clip, so it doesn't look all that great on here. But pretty much what will end up happening is you end up taking the damage. You can see both of these damage bars are a little bit low. You have them right there. And then they both put in the plate at the exact same time. The one on the right, since it has Quick Fix, the health regeneration will start immediately now that that first plate has gone in. So you can see that already started. The health bar is already moving, and the one on the left has not regenerated. This one's already come to full health by the time this one only has one plate. So what's happening here is while you're doing this, you're going to get the 50 plus the difference in health. So if you were half health, you basically regenerated 100 with one plate versus this one, they only regenerated the 50. So a lot of people will be like, oh, that's not a big deal. There's several engagements where this matters, and this ends up being you at full health, all the way full, versus this one comes a little bit later. Especially if you're in multiple gunfights, it ends up being about a 2-second difference, but in-game time, that feels like an eternity of how much longer that is and versus each other. So it'll take time. This will at least give people a chance to try it, and then they can kind of tune stuff based off of that individual balance there. And Modern Warzone posted this one, but this was made by Maverick over on Twitter. And pretty much what ends up happening is this is a relatively easy thing to see when you're looking for it, but it's not as obvious, but it shows this. So moving Ghost on icon, lower opacity. So what will end up happening is if your player is standing still, you get a hard outline on this little arrow. And this is shown in Clash. And then pretty much as soon as he starts moving, this thing will go a little bit more like see-through. It'll lower that opacity. You can see kind of went fuzzy. I know it's a little harder to see, but you kind of get the gist of it. You can see this for yourself in game on your screen. And when it's a little bit see-through, that means your Ghost is active and working. So you can actually figure out how fast you need to be moving for that change to occur. And then you can see as soon as he stops, it's going to go back to a solid outline again. And then boom, you can see that little transition there. So right here, if you look at it closely, you can see how it changes the outline from a little bit see-through to solid. And that's how you know Ghost is not active, because when it's solid, that means you're going to be visible. So huge changes. I don't think a lot of these will have the biggest impact yet, but you're definitely going to have to consider using different perks if you've kind of been locked into Ghost. So this will be very interesting to see how it plays out. And in addition to seeing these other changes that are going to come in with Season 3, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Appreciate all the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.